Welcome back to Weirdest World. Before we begin, make sure you stay until the very end, because I'm going to share a weird fact about this story that almost nobody knows. It's one of those details that makes this already bizarre tale even stranger. The Codex Gigas, also known as the Devil's Bible, is the largest surviving medieval manuscript in the world. Created in the early 13th century, around the year 1229, in the Benedictine monastery of Podlažice in Bohemia, modern-day Czech Republic, it is a book so massive it defies belief. Measuring 92 centimeters tall, 50 centimeters wide, 22 centimeters thick and weighing about 75 kilograms, it is said to have required the skins of more than 160 animals to create its 310 vellum leaves. To this day, it remains one of the most mysterious and unsettling artifacts of the medieval world. The legend of its creation is as chilling as the book itself. A monk named Herman the Recluse, condemned for breaking his vows, was sentenced to be walled up alive. To escape this fate, he promised to create a book that would glorify the monastery forever. But as midnight approached, he realized he could never finish such a monumental work in one lifetime. In desperation, he turned not to God, but to the devil. According to the legend, Satan appeared and agreed to help him complete the manuscript in a single night in exchange for his soul. To honor his infernal patron, Herman included a full-page portrait of the devil, horned, clawed, with a forked tongue and staring eyes. This image is unlike anything else in medieval scripture. Opposite it is a depiction of the heavenly city, symbolizing the eternal choice between salvation and damnation. But the Codex Gigas is more than just a Bible. It contains the complete Latin Vulgate Bible, the works of Flavius Josephus, the Encyclopedia of Isidore of Seville, medical texts by Constantine the African, calendars, incantations, and even exorcism rituals. It is essentially a medieval library bound into one volume. The combination of Holy Scripture with exorcisms and magical formulas is unique, and it is this strange mixture that has fueled its dark reputation. Scholars who have studied the manuscript believe it was written by a single scribe. The handwriting is remarkably consistent from beginning to end. But here's the catch. To write the entire Codex Gigas, one person would have needed 20 to 30 years of non-stop work. That's a lifetime. So the legend of the Devil's Pact may have been a way to explain the impossible. The Codex Gigas has had a turbulent history. It was once kept in the library of Emperor Rudolf II of the Holy Roman Empire, a ruler obsessed with the occult. Rudolf collected alchemical texts, magical artifacts, and anything with a whiff of the supernatural. Owning the Devil's Bible fit perfectly with his reputation. In 1648, during the 30 Years' War, Swedish troops stormed Prague and seized the Codex as war booty. They brought it to Stockholm, where it remains today in the National Library of Sweden. In 1697, a fire broke out in the royal castle of Stockholm. Eyewitnesses say the Codex was thrown out of a window to save it from the flames. Imagine the sight, a massive book crashing to the ground, surviving fire and chaos. The mysteries keep piling up. 10 pages of the Codex are just gone. Scholars are scratching their heads. Did they get lost in the fire? Or were they deliberately removed because they contained something too dangerous? Some speculate they may have included the rules of the monks of Podlažice, or perhaps even darker material, rituals or secrets that the church wanted erased. The pages surrounding the devil's portrait are darker than the rest of the manuscript, as if stained or shadowed by something unnatural. Scholars suggest it might just be the aging of the parchment, but others whisper that it's a mark left by the devil himself. Over the centuries, the Devil's Bible has inspired fear and fascination. In the Middle Ages, it was called the eighth wonder of the world. In modern times, it has been the subject of documentaries, exhibitions, and endless speculation. In 2007, for the first time in nearly 400 years, the Codex returned to the Czech Republic for an exhibition. Thousands of people lined up to see it, drawn by its dark reputation. The Codex Gigas is also unique in its structure. It places the Old and New Testaments alongside exorcism spells and magical incantations. It contains a calendar of saints' days, a list of the brothers of the monastery, and even medical recipes for treating illnesses. It is a snapshot of medieval knowledge, faith, and superstition, all bound into one colossal book. And here's the weird fact I promised you. The Codex Gigas has the whole history of the monastery, including a list of all the brothers. But Herman the Recluse, the supposed author, never appears in it. It's as if he was erased from history, leaving only the Devil's Bible as his legacy. So, is the Codex Gigas a miracle of human endurance or the devil's masterpiece? Either way, it stands as one of the strangest and most haunting artifacts of the medieval world. A book so massive, so mysterious, and so terrifying that it earned the name the Devil's Bible. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's weirdest stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And remember, sometimes the strangest stories are the ones that shaped our world.